Do you think that AI is going to take over music?
I think it could take over music, but more scarier is I think it'll take over a lot more than just music. And
Wow.
well, yeah, and it's not like a boomer thought or whatever, but
No, yeah.
it's more of like if you've seen what people can do with AI now, it's ridiculous. Like people have been able to make like now they're doing it where you can make an AI generated like there's one dude on TikTok that I follow, like he made an entire it looks like something off the news. Like you're seeing this live of a car burning in the corner and a building collapsing and like people running away like in terror. And it's not even like video game ish looking. Like
It looks real.
It looks, yeah, like real.
If he didn't say it was AI, would you think it was real?
Yeah, 100%. Like I would have thought it was something from Ukraine or something like that, where like a building was on fire or people were like running in terror because a tank was about to roll them over. Like that. If he wouldn't have said anything, yeah, I would have thought that's 100% like real. And so I
That
feel
is
like
scary.
and I'm not. I am and I'm not one of those conspiracy theorists about the government and all this other crap. I do believe some conspiracies like the government was behind, and then there's other ones that I'm like, nah, they probably haven't done anything like that.
Yeah.
But you never know. But I feel like at the route that America's going right now, again, not trying to be political or anything like that.
Politics are allowed on this
I know.
podcast. So,
But like
Lawrence brings it up all the time.
oh, fair enough then.
So-
Okay. So then I am going to be somewhat political, but in the state of like how the government likes to hide things and then likes to manipulate people, like COVID, for example, you know,
Yeah.
like,
Oh,
yeah,
yeah.
COVID was a real thing, but it wasn't as drastic as they were making it out to be, where it's like, oh, you have to wear a mask, and if you breathe in any air, you're automatically infected. Like we ain't in the Walking Dead. Like, come on now.
Yeah,
Like,
and it wasn't the Black Plague either.
yeah, it wasn't anything like that. They tried to make like they were like another form of COVID is coming out and it's going to be deadlier than the last one. It's like, sure,
Well, people don't believe it.
right.
Don't believe the government and the media anymore after dealing with COVID the first time.
Yeah, so that's the thing too is like, but then again, here you are with this AI generated, technology we have now, where people could, I don't know, for example, like with Trump right now, is they can make an AI generated thing where it looks like he like gun hoed everybody in the White House, something stupid like that. You know what I mean?
Yep.
And you're not going to say that it's AI generated. You're going to be like, wow, this is live. Here's a survivor. They get an actor, pay him up to make him look all bloody, like he just been through a massacre and crap like
And
that.
people will do anything for money.
Well, it's the same thing.
It's kind of scary.
It's the same thing with COVID too. Like they made it seem like all the hospitals were filled up too, but then there were people that were actually going to the hospitals that said like, Sharon was going to the hospital because her and her father had COVID and they were completely booked. The hospital had to turn them away. They go to like the hospital completely empty.
Yeah.
Like no one's in the waiting room. There's like rooms that are completely empty and the nurses are just sitting there going on their normal day. So it's like, okay, so I'll say they pretty much successfully manipulated us into believing that COVID was the world's biggest catastrophe in a long time.
Yeah.
What's stopping them from doing that with AI? Just saying. Because you can manipulate voices. You could take clips from this podcast. And
Right,
I could be like, threatening, like Johnny Depp right now, or something. Like, you know what I mean? Like you could threaten Johnny Depp with my voice and put it on the news, like, oh, Michigan Auto Parts man, Stefan Hansen was on his way to work, and then he saw Johnny Depp and threatened to beat the crap out of him. We have the actual audio proof. Then the AI generate my voice and Johnny Depp, and then, so on and so forth.
Yeah, they were already doing that on YouTube with Joe Rogan, Dr. Phil, saying, if you haven't received your $6,400 in government, it was like, do you remember that scam? It was a few months ago. It was like...
There's a bunch of them right now with Mr. Beast, too, where he's like, yep, I invested in Bitcoin, and now I'm giving everybody $1 million as long as you, follow and give me your PayPal information in the TikTok below. Like that. And it's like, you could tell it's clearly fake, but it's like, they use clips that like they AI generate the mouth movement to where it sounds and looks like Mr. Beast is actually saying it.
Yeah.
So,
Yep. They would. I mean, with this one, they were. It must have been someone who didn't know what they were doing because it didn't. You could tell that it wasn't lined up with Dr. Phil's mouth, but it sounded just like him. So if you're not paying attention, you're just like, whatever.
Right.
Then you would think that he is part of this scam, and it's kind of crazy.
And I guarantee you that's probably what they're doing with some of the stuff too, like, politics wise.
Oh, for sure.
With Trump and then, Sleepy Joe, him just sitting there and doing this. Sorry, lefties, if you're watching, but that's the whole thing is I'm just going to come out with it. I'm a Trump supporter. Get Joe out of here. I don't need his chocolate ice cream and his teleprompter reading crap. But that's the thing is like, they could AI generate, Biden saying something smart for once and people would believe it. They could. And then,
well, they already, what did they do? Drugged him up for his State of the Union. So he actually was able to talk really well.
Exactly.
That dude probably slept for a month after that.
He probably did. He's probably been sleeping the whole time. He's just, again, had Sleepy Joe. But yeah, no, like that's probably what they're doing. And I think they could be getting ready for something big at some point. They're just waiting to release it because, again, AI is still somewhat new. It probably has been around for a while, just nobody knew how to use it. And they were experimenting with it. And then now you have it where you can pretty much do whatever you want with it. So now they're just like, because again, here you go with Randy Travis. He comes back from 2013 to 2024.
Yeah.
And it sounds like he's singing on the microphone.
Yeah, if you wouldn't have told me that was AI, I would have thought it was Randy Travis.
Exactly.
100%. It sounded just like him.
Yep. And here we are right now, and anybody could do that. They could make me say something, make you say something, make Trump say something, make the mayor of Whoville say something.
Not Whoville.
Not Whoville. Horton, here's a who. And that's what they can do, and that's a scary thought right there. They could say something devastating, like have even an iconic like hero to the public eye say like, no, I'm serious, like this is real, like you can't be doing this, like you have to give up your guns and whatever, something stupid, and then people do it, and then we're defenseless. And Second Amendment.
And with seeing the way that people freak out already, people will believe anything.
Yeah, they bought toilet paper, and it's like, okay, but the thing was